Let's go. So why we use the internet and why you should use internet too? Because the internet is real. It's the world that exists, and when you don't use the internet at the full potential, you're not communicating with the real world. I'll tell you more about like not real world but internal communities in the next chapter, but here is why we using the internet. We use the internet to keep the team, founders, clients, and partners in sync effectively. It means that we share our progress, our data about the startups, our vision in one place or like multiple places, so the same information. It's repurposed in different places, but it's the same information. So everyone can follow in one place, and we don't have the skewed vision of the small private groups. So it's all in one place, and everyone can challenge it. So with internet, we keep everyone in sync. With internet, we develop world-class skills and build a world-class outstanding portfolio, because when we put ourselves on internet, the whole world again can challenge or appreciate us. So that's how we always move in the right direction. With internet, we are making friends with the whole world. We can reach out to anyone in the world, and that's how we learn from them. That's how we can sell to them. So what I mean by selling here, it's not like buy my thing. Yeah, selling is a very genuine process if you learn to do it right. It's basically making friends with someone, and so they trust you so much they're willing to pay you money because they know they can trust you and you deliver value. So that's how you can sell, not to like few people around you. That's how you can sell to the whole world with the internet. We use internet to become independent of anyone or anything. I mean, in our case, like client or partner. If we're not using internet, we do it in private. We become independent of them. They can ask for different deals. We can ask for different deals. So it's like kind of developing dependency, and it's not the cool way of work sometimes. I'll show you how. But with internet, we can just become independent because all our work visible to everyone in the world. And with internet, we can actually become world-class wealthy. Wealthy doesn't mean rich, so wealthiness is different for every person, and you should decide what is being wealthy for you. That's what internet is about. Like, do you want to actually be rich, or do you want to be famous? Like, is it actually the life that you want, or do you want to live with a family, the happy, calm life in the forest? Probably that's you. Or do you want to travel the world? So that's but wealthy for me, it's like living the life every day that you enjoy and that make you happy. So with internet, we found the way how to do the work that feels like play, because with internet you open yourself to the global market with all the people, so you can find audience for anything, and I'll show you. And when today I was talking with our audience, I was asking them question like, what is your hobby? What is interesting about you? And I know a lot of people and on this audience, and before a lot of people, so they start like, there is nothing about me. Like I don't know. Like I'm spending evenings like doing nothing probably. Like so. They don't know why they are great, and I think internet can help to discover why you are great. For example, our group, it's very selected, specific group. It's a few people out of thousands of people who applied. Then they went through the interviews, and only a few people are sitting in the room, and they do not realize that they already top percent, and they're saying that they not interesting. I doubt that they're not interesting because they pass through the tough filter, and I know the people who interview them, they are good in programming, they're good in empathy, and I know there is something about everyone in the room. Let me ask you a question, like what is your hobby? What is interesting about you? What makes you you? Yeah, let's wait. Yeah, you can just hit a pause. I will not see. But really think like what make you you? Like what makes you happy? What's your skill? What are you doing often, or what you would like to do often? So ask this question. So think about it a bit. If you spend like 11 minutes already on this video, spend a few minutes to think about it, so you'll get the value. So just to show you practically that not just blah blah blah. So here's our content. For example, we published a demo of the product that we're building called Muda Hub with our partner Sarah. We've published the interview with our tech lead, but more than it's like also indie hacker Pavel, who launched his product Blitz, and he's interviewed by our guy John. You can see on LinkedIn I published a post on how our company Paralect will transform to $1 billion company. You can see on the Reddit my articles that went viral on tips for non-tech founders. You can see on Twitter on the Paralect account something about Paralect team. It's cool awesome video. You can see the tweet from Lara from Momentum, but she's also from Paralect and Nano, and she's also launching her new product, and she's pitching it on Twitter. She's sharing all the updates on the product. Here you can see on Instagram, we're sharing the concept of the merge design. Here you can see I interviewed our CEO Dmitry, and I have around 10 podcasts like this. So I'm showing like different types of content that we're building, and it's just really a small percentage. So let's go further. I'll show you why internal communication is bad. So what is internal communication? I think we're kind of very revolutionary in this sense, because like the world is full internal or private, and it will be changing for many years. But what I mean by internal, when you work in a team and you only communicate with your team, like team lead, your teammates, and that's it. You don't have an access to anyone in your company. You don't have access to the internet. It happens often, like everywhere. Like it's normal. That's an internal closed community. When you join some company and they say your account is registered, now we own it, it's an internal community. It's for like Slack accounts or whatever that you use for team communication. It's an internal community. If you just if you can speak in company, you can communicate outside your projects, but your company says no, you can't go outside because this NDA, you can only be there. It's closed community. If you have to pay for university to get the education and access to the cool people from the same university, it's the closed internal community. So here's an example of things that you pass through. So every one of us is a part of internal community. It's fun, it's fine, but I think with internet you can get much more results. So why internal communities are bad, like these teams, companies, or anything like that? By internal tools, let's say it's Slack. I like Slack, I love Slack, I did a lot of work in Slack. But for the message, let's take Slack as an example, because everyone in companies use it for communication. So internal tools like Slack are not effective to distribute global knowledge. What I mean by that, if you ask a question and in direct messages and someone asks, it's just communication between you and this one person. If you discuss something in chat with someone, it's only available to you and few people. Probably you will make a screenshot or share something, but it's very difficult. It's a big friction even to do this. But if you do this, you will ask, "Hey, can I please share it?" So you will never like share it. So it's all internal, and all the knowledge. Like if you feel that you know something valuable, and people are asking you, keep asking and asking, and you see that you're asking the same question again and again. All you can do, you can create some internal doc available to this private community, and you will treat it like an internal weird doc with internal jargon and so on. So you can like distribute and you can validate your specific cool global level knowledge because the world can't take a look and say that you're great. So internal tools like Slack or companies, typical companies with the contracts with NDAs, unfortunately, they prevent you. Their goal is to prevent you to become world class. They don't want you to become world class. They want you to be the world class, but work for them and don't know that you can achieve much more, because it can be conscious, it can be unconscious, but these private chats, if you believe that you worth more, just go outside. Don't keep anything in private chat. So that's the answer. So internal tools doesn't allow you to distribute your knowledge and validate it. Internal tools also allows people to be sneaky and ugly. So I can treat you very bad in Slack, and I can say I can make a dictatorship like type of company. I can force you to sign NDA so you keep silence, and then I'll just call you, and we'll be really bad with you. We'll say bad things, or I just good guy, and I think okay, let's talk about it later. So about like being sneaky. So you can't imagine how many people in the world unfortunately are sneaky and not decent. I prefer to avoid these people, or at least to understand that some criteria of people that I like that's around. So in the internal world, people can treat you bad and be sneaky and create the reality that don't exist, and you will never know. So your team lead can say that you're worth nothing, that you're the worst specialist, or you should just I don't know, go home and cry. And when you feel that you don't have an access to anyone other than your team lead, you will think, yeah, I'm bad, I'm probably terrible, or you will hate this person. So so the internal tools leads to the situation like this, just because the communication is not public. With internal tools, all the decisions are less accountable than decisions that are made in public. And in startup world or in growth general, decisions are the most important factor for you. You need to make a lot of decisions. You need to make a lot of decisions fast, and you need to make more and more decisions daily. So when decisions made internal and behind the closed door, imagine like how it looks. So it's three dudes, like five, sitting behind the closed doors, like imagine in office, and it's kind of, our sales are bad, our product is bad, I know how to do better, and after all these discussions, they say, we discussed so many problems, now everything will be better, and I'm exaggerating here, but in fact, like all the internal meetings, a lot of internal meetings, even with agenda and with structured management, they look like this. They look like, I don't know, the people can feel the accountability, and they used to take a lot of work just to see ambitious And because of this, there is no structure like about these decisions. You don't know if they will be executed or not, if the person is responsible or not, and because of this, the whole organization, the whole team moves slower. Because the team moves slower and companies move slower, it brings less results. If it brings less results, it makes people less happy, it makes people angry. So it's very bad to keep decision private because it leads to the bad, slow company. One important aspect, and we'll talk more about this later, is that when you work in private environments like teams, it can often lead to the useless work, so-called bullshit job. It's not my term, you can Google it, bullshit job. Because again, let's go back to your team and one team lead and your peers. Let's say you have a decent person, I mean good guy, girl, like team lead, and they want to make your really like your life better, but they just lack knowledge, so they don't know what is worth teaching, so they teach you really bad stuff just because they don't know better, but they do it for good, and they will work to make sure that you're doing the thing. And you just doing this hard work, and you see appreciation from the team lead, you see appreciation from the team, you see that you become stronger and stronger, but then you go outside, like you probably like go to the other company or you join other project, and you see that this work was meaningless, you did it for nothing, because now you see how things works, and you just shocked at how many use the things you did. So that's the internal bubbles. They do not allow you to see what is the best thing at the moment when you're looking around. One of the things, and why churn tools will be popular forever, and why companies will keep it forever. First of all, because it's easier, but secondly, because this company they want to pay you the most effective pay, meaning like the less like payment with the biggest returns. So everyone, including me, it's not a secret. So it's how market works. So that's what is market is. But when it's your negotiation are behind the closed doors, these closed doors close you from actual markets, and you're only speaking about market in the company. So you're saying, I want a raise, and they will see the market in your company, like what's the salary of the developer or the designer or the content maker similar to you, to understand this. It's an internal market, and they close it to when you use Slack. And let's see some practical example. So let's discuss how to resolve disputes effectively in this two realities, in the internal world, closed worlds, in the public internet world. So let's take a very usual example. So let's call them Mr. X. So Mr. X thinks he worked hard and he deserves a salary raise. And he thinks that he probably needs a 50% raise because he heard that, I don't know, for some reason. And what is the way for Mr. X to request this salary raise, or actually raise a salary? Like, think about it for minutes, like if you didn't read it yet. So what can I do in a company to raise my salary? So the only way I know in company, everyone has their own boss, assigned manager, and you should go to the manager and ask for the salary raise and justify your salary raise. So it's quite logical, but it's an internal market. So here's how it usually happens. Mr. X comes to Mr. Boss. It's his boss, it's his manager responsible. And he say, hey, Mr. Boss, can you please raise my salary 50% up? It's because I work hard. And Mr. Boss, they usually like I need to think. I need to a bunch of weird words. I need to leverage our network or to compare, and we'll get back to you in 1 week, son. And in 1 week, Mr. X usually hears nothing, but in probably like 3 weeks, Mr. Boss replies, so, Mr. X, sorry, but I don't think your work is cool at all. No raise. Go work harder and don't talk to me like for the next year, please. What thinks Mr. X? So Mr. X thinks that they feel angry because they feel that they work hard and they need and deserve the raise. And Mr. Boss doesn't think so. So Master X thinks that the work is stupid, that the boss is stupid, or their life is stupid, like something is not right, something is not right. And all you can do is go to other boss, and it's kept cool when you have a great company with a great culture, when everyone can explain and show, but it's rare. Like great culture is rare, so all you will do is waste your time, waste your energy on going up to discuss subjective results. Even if you have numbers, it will be subjective because person will make this decision, and they will make the decision based on other people's decisions. So it will be subjective. So the only way in the traditional world with the contracts with the companies, internal world with the Slack, to ask the seller is to ask manager and to hope that you will pitch them right and they will understand that you are valuable. The bad news is that probably you are not valuable, actually not valuable, but you won't know this feedback to the good way because you will only learn why you're not valuable for this manager. So let's switch to the public world. So what it suggests to us, and let's take me as example. I take some random tweets, but here it is. So it's my goals, and I see show that we've earned a lot of upvotes, a lot of unique visitors, a lot of followers, a lot of stuff during May. So it's all numbers. But I don't know, even when I post the good numbers, I don't know if they're good enough or not. So when I post into Twitter, I receive an immediate feedback. The basic feedback is likes, but likes doesn't mean anything. So what means is like comments from the people that you admire, like who are further away, who you feel that stronger than you. And when they say like, wow, this is crazy good results, you believe that these are crazy good results and you move further. So when you post daily, use the internet, post like wins like this, you think and you want a salary raise, you think absolutely differently. Let's say asynchronous way. You think, if Mr. Boss don't understand my value after all my tweets, after seeing all the community support around me, screw this. I'll go and open my company and I'll work with these guys that actually value my work, because it's all in public. And also good news is that your Mr. Boss, if they are in public, they also can be jerk in the internet. They should justify their decision somehow. So that's the power on the internet, and how you resolve any dispute in the internet using your audience and content as your leverage. Let's move further. So one important message that I sent is that like hiring criteria for Paralect, for our company, it's not as like some skill, some technical skill, like some one skill, like coding or designing. Like people think that's like I know, if I'm a programmer, I'm already it's enough. But not it's not enough. It's like any other, or it's not enough for Paralect, let's say so. So we do not value for learning one skill. So uh, what we value in people and how to get into our team, how to validate yourself. There are three fundamental things that we've discovered. It's empathy, discipline, and consciousness. By empathy, I mean in that if you want to join us, you should want to genuinely help people around you. And talking about this, like bootcamp, educational bootcamp, we want people there to help each other. We will see how people helping, how they, if they have a free minute, how they support each other. So you need to be empathic and generally help each other, because if you generally help someone, I will think that you will generally help me, and I will generally help you, and help is everything. The second fundamental rule is discipline. What I mean by this, like should you have to join our team is not, again, working hard. Like I work all the day, all the week long, so that's why I should work with you. No, it doesn't have any sense if you work hard. So it doesn't say anything about you other than you work hard. That probably it's a good skill, I know. But what you actually need to develop in you is that people need to rely on you, and you need just to be reliable. It's the only thing that you need. Everyone is different. Everyone's skill and output or speed is different. It's perfectly okay. You don't need to be the best in some skill. You need to be the best in being yourself and being a person who executes things that they said. So if I go to someone like, hey Alex, can you do this task? And Alex say yes, I'll do this by tomorrow afternoon. And what I want is I want just Alex to send me something by the afternoon, or say like in a couple hours, like, sorry Igor, I screw up, like I can't deliver this by time. What can I do? Can I help to somehow resolve this? So that's the only thing that you need to have, and learn on your mistakes. So just be reliable and work consistently. So that's the discipline. And like the big things what we value for is consciousness and solving problems. Because technology, visions, or skills, some things they change a lot, and if you learn these skills, they're not fundamental. But if you learn to ask why and solve problems, this thing is endlessly powerful. It means that you're a magic machine that can solve any kind of problem, that's educated to solve any problem, and this machine will feel very great because you will understand like what it takes. You understand the problems that we'll face, and you will feel calm about it. To remember what I'm talking about, I created this visual. So stop busy work, stop busy work, stop busy work. Busy work is the work that doesn't make sense. You can just think every day about what work I did yesterday that I could avoid, because this work is a busy work. Let's go further. So how to actually work smart? One important concept that is really hard to deliver in people's heads and change this mindset, but please think about this, because again, if you're still watching this, you need to think about this concept, because don't listen to me, like listen to you, or like tweet how you understand it instead of just listening. So what I'm trying to say here is that everyone thinks that their day is 100% for their craft. If I'm a developer, then the whole day I need to develop. If I'm a designer, the whole day I need to design. If I'm a marketer, the whole day I need to create marketing plans, something like this. And it's okay, it's common thinking, and I think that's something that just started to change. But the way how I believe you should see it is my day is only 50% for my craft, for building, for creating something, and the rest of the day is for presenting my work to the world. Because when you present the work, it's when you actually validate it and understand if it's valuable work or if it's busy work, if it's useless work. But it's cool if it's useless work, you understand it and you avoid it. And what I illustrated here is, like, let's say you work 8 hours. It can show like 1 hour with the responsive bars here, but let's say it's 8 hours. So now you probably spend 7 hours doing stuff and 1 hour thinking about how to update the team, how to send notifications, how to open pull request, how to get a review. So that's the typical workload. It's not so it's 90% craft, right? And it's not good. You're doing a lot of useless work, and you're not updating others about useful work. So what you need is to have here, let's start from here. So it's like half a day creating, half a day presenting. That's what you want to have. But it's very hard to just switch to this mode, like like marketing for 4 hours every day. Don't try it. It won't work. What you need to try is to start from little load, then a bit larger, and then get to here. So you can start from 30 minutes every day for marketing, but it will be 30 minutes that you will for sure work and put work. So it's 30 minutes, but every day. Start from 1 hour, 1 hour every day. When you feel comfortable with 1 hour, switch to, I don't know, probably 90 minutes, like 1.5 hour, as you feel you're ready to. But the magic will happen when you will switch between these modes, because you will think, okay, I will need 1 hour more for presenting. What hour can I take from my craft, like what was useless, so I can put it to this demo time. So you start getting rid of useless work. So it's super important. And start from these little steps. Do for 1 week, increase. Be sure that you have time to validate it. Don't jump into it. If you just start from it, don't listen to this course. It's not for you. Start small. Start with the small steps every day. Be sure that you execute them every day. Okay? So every day you block 30 minutes or 1 hour, whatever you want, but you spend them for Twitter, to tweet and to become better, to work smarter. You spend more time to think about working smarter, and you document it in Twitter. So that's what you want to do. Increase your time until you have 4 hours per your 8-hour day for presenting. But the ultimate thing, what I'm doing now, is this schedule. So every time when you created something, you just publish. Every time when you create, you just publish. So treat it like, if it's 10 minutes, I create something, 10 minutes I published. If it's 1 hour, I create, I publish. So it's always that I'm not just creating, I'm not just coding, I'm not just designing, I'm not just creating plans. I'm actually sharing it with the audience. And I care about how to make it nice, how to make it so they understand. So that's when the magic happens. So spend 50% of your day on presentation, lists, on marketing. Start with 1 hour per day. It's already a great, powerful step. Some actionable things for you. If you have 4 hours for the task, you need to deliver it in 2 hours and spend 2 hours on presenting. If you feel that you don't have time to present, just don't do tasks. It probably means it's meaningless. But if it's meaningful, ask someone for help. The less you do to achieve the same result, the better. Talking about code, if you're reading 10 lines of code for the problem that can be solved with 1 line of code, you did a bad job. You didn't do a smart job. You better didn't write code at all. So that's the best thing that you don't need to support. Every day you should ask you in this like conscious mode, on this presenting mode, is what work I did yesterday, today, which is obsolete. What can I get rid of? And then just get rid of it, and it will allow you to do more useful work. Cool? And that's the pro hack, but that's what you want to do, really want to do, is you want every day at your work to feel joy and pleasure, so it doesn't feel like a work. So find things that you enjoy, find your hobbies, find things that you want to learn, whether it's cooking, it's musical instrument like piano, it's marketing, it's startup, it's fitness, it's dancing. Just try to do these things daily at your work. Think how I can dance and code, like how I can combine this if you like dancing. But do things that you enjoy every day, and that's how you live a happy life. It's easy. So what I'm talking about here, like 50% craft, 50% demo, like big guy Naval, who like founded a lot of companies, invested in a lot of companies, a lot of unicorn companies. And here is his famous tweet: learn to sell, learn to build. If you can do both, you will be unstoppable. So what I'm teaching you here is how to sell, how to present yourself, how to share your work to the world. So people eventually sell your skills, become your friends. Because I'm pretty sure that you can learn to build. I'm pretty sure that you can learn to build very cool things. But I'm trying to teach you how to sell, because it's a tough skill for us technical people, or for most of the people, to learn sales. So present your work, and that's how you sell. That's it. So if you join Paralect, one thing that you should know: you shouldn't need Paralect at all. If you need Paralect, it's cool, but try to not need Paralect. Try to make that Paralect or any other companies feel that they absolutely need you, that they absolutely need you and your team. Make that world absolutely think that everyone in the world needs you. So one practical rule: same Paralect, but put the name of your company here. Don't think that you need to convince your company, your close internal community, that you became better, because it's very tough and not productive work. You just working constantly on convincing very small group of people that is changing like every month probably in your company. Instead, what you need to think is how to prove to the world that my skill is great. How to make everyone to think that I am the best in something. If I make everyone think and believe and see that I'm best at something, that's how I will get the best offer from Paralect or any other company. That's how I'm not limiting myself in internal community, and that's how I allow myself to become a world-class famous or world-class professional at something. So always think about how do I prove my skill to the world, and always think how do I work smarter, meaning how do I work less but produce more outcome, more measurable results. So I recommend you to, if you like this like chorus, small introduction, I recommend you to choose your mission, your big mission. It's very hard. It's called your specific knowledge, and you will work on it forever. It's something that will allow you to feel happy, and you will just be closer to be happier. So just to help you to create this big mission, if you're driven by money, your mission should be not to earn some salary. It's not ambitious. What is ambitious, you should think like, how do I generate the revenue that is 10x time higher than the typical salary in the company for my role? Because if I generate this high revenue, I can sell my startup, I can launch another company, and I'll be sure that it will bring my money. I can ask for equity, I can do whatever I want. So that's the first mission. The second mission, that let's say it's traveler. You can learn to work for only 2 hours a day to explore the world daily, to explore the nature daily, or if you like it, like make it your mission. Like how, or how do I work the whole day in the nature and just feel great about it? The third mission. How do I become a world-famous, world-class engineer, or world-class product manager, or world-class founder, indie hacker, leader, whoever? How to become the world-class? Probably it's your mission. Mission D. Probably you like to educate, and you're a great educator in development space. So your mission will be how to help 1,000 people to learn engineering. Just learn anything ambitious and go change the world. Thank you.